Movies are pretty nice, so I've decided to get 5 of my favorite movies and show them to you. And don't worry, there won't be any spoilers. Enjoy. LA Originals. LA Originals is a documentary about Mr. Cartoon, which is like a very famous tattoo artist, and about this other dude who I can't remember their name, but they're like the cameraman. And it's a little bit about like rap culture and Los Angeles culture. And altogether, it's a very cool documentary, and I just love the style. After watching it, I decided to grab this camera that I hadn't used in ages, but I was like, the film made me want to have that sort of like grainy, older style of footage. And it's really like the vibes of it are so cool, and like the artisticness of it, amazing. The Last Dance. Remember when I said that these were going to be my top 5 movies? Well, I lied to you because I'm evil, because this is actually a show. So The Last Dance is a documentary about Michael Jordan and his career and his run with the Bulls with the double three-peat. And Michael Jordan's story by itself is already incredibly entertaining. I mean, he's really good at basketball, he trains really, really hard, and he's bald. What is there not to love about him? And this documentary really like captures the whole story and makes it really engaging. And I would recommend it even if you're not into basketball. Like the number of NBA teams that I know, I can count on my 2 hands. But I still found it very interesting, very entertaining. It was a great show. Baby Driver. So Baby Driver is a movie about this guy named Baby. And something that you might have never guessed about him is that he is a driver. And he works for this like criminal mastermind dude. And Baby is like really good at driving. And he also loves music. And that is this film's like one of the 2 best things about this film are the way that it implements music and its foreshadowing. Now, I can't talk too much about the foreshadowing, obviously, because then I would spoil the film, but it's so cool watching videos like dissecting the movie and like watching it the second time. That's when you really start to pick up on those little details and start to be like, oh yeah. Because let's face it, I'm not the sharpest tool in the shed. So when I'm watching a movie, I get kind of put in like a trance. I'm not out here, looking at like, ooh, Jimmy twisted that soda can approximately 45 degrees northeast, which means that he was actually the villain all along. And then again, the second thing it does really well is the implementation of music. And seeing as the film is like centered around music, the music just matches up like perfectly with everything going on the screen. And not just like the timing and the tempo and all that, but like the lyrics themselves are also like important to the story. And a cool little detail about it is that if you're watching the movie with earphones or headphones that can like do different audio in each ear, if Baby takes out one of his earphones, then the music will stop playing in that ear for you, the viewer. And it's just those little details that are like, oof, standing ovation. And it's not just the implementation of the music, it's just that the music itself is just really good. Whiplash. Whiplash is so good, dude. It's this movie about Andrew Naiman, a drummer who's like in this band, and his music teacher is like really hard on them. And everything about this movie is amazing. I mean, everything from the acting to the lighting to the foreshadowing to the ending to the color grading. It's so good. And again, I mentioned the ending. That's one of the best parts, is that it's kind of misleading. And again, I'm not going to say too much about it because I don't want to spoil it for you guys. This is one of those times where it's so much fun watching videos, like dissecting the movie and like telling you all the little details. And it's like motivational too. As soon as I was done with the movie, there were 2 things running through my head. The first one was, I want to watch this movie again. Like the movie was so good that as soon as the credits started rolling, I was like, dude, run that back, bro. And the second one was, I want to go start working on YouTube now.
All right, gang, Whiplash.
He said the thing. And what Whiplash achieves that basically every good film should do is that it gets you invested in the film, but not just like oh, this is kind of interesting. Like genuinely everything else ceases to exist. But it's like an intense, like you can feel Andrew's passion as he's drumming. There's also a couple scenes where he's like drumming so hard and so like intensely that like his hands get all blistered up and they start to bleed. speed. And that's something that I never considered. When I think of playing the drums, I would never have imagined that it could like drop blood. I would never have imagined that it was that like intense. But the film really captures the emotion and the physicality and just everything. It's so good, dude. I love it. What are you looking for? There's no pot of gold down there. Adjusting the seat. So that's been your problem the whole time, huh? The seat height. So now you have it, right? And while that might be the best film on this list, there's still one more work that's even better than Whiplash. But first, we got a couple honorable mentions. So the first one is Breaking Bad. Now, hold your horses, partner. Before you guys go off at me in the comments and saying like, what? How is Breaking Bad just an honorable mention? It's so good. It's the best show ever. First of all, I'm barely on the start of season 3. So when I'm done with the show, I'll be able to actually give my opinion on the full work of art. If I had to put Breaking Bad on this list, I'd probably put it above LA Originals and below Baby Driver.
All of a sudden at age, what, 60, he's just gonna break bad?
Oh, he said the thing. The main thing that I really like about Breaking Bad is its use of Chekhov's gun. So Chekhov's gun is this principle in writing, and the rule is that if you load a gun in one scene, it has to fire in another scene. And now the seems pretty obvious, right? You know, like if your character is like, hey man, look at this gun I got. I'm loading it. I sure hope nothing bad happens. Then obviously something is going to happen with that gun. But something that's very common in bad movies and TV shows is that they will have some sort of scene or something that looks like it's leading to something and it just doesn't. But in Breaking Bad, almost everything that happens on screen has some sort of purpose. For example, there's this one episode where in the beginning, in the class, Walter White is talking about explosions and about how chemical reactions can cause explosions. And at first, you're just like, oh yeah, he's just teaching, that's his job, whatever. But then later in the episode, there is an explosion. And that's like a major plot point. And so it's in the classroom, while he was teaching about explosions, a gun was being loaded. And then when the explosion happened, that's when the gun was firing. And it's so amazing to see that happen. Another honorable mention is the movie Friday. You might recognize this one from that one meme of the people in the chair and they're going, the premise is essentially two dudes just hanging out, doing nothing. It's just a lazy Friday. I love the vibes of the movie. And then my last honorable mentions. So first of all, Hermitcraft, for those who don't know, it's just a big Minecraft server where a bunch of people play Minecraft. And it's so much fun to watch. It's like rejuvenating, dude, because the videos, the main person that I watch is Grian. Basically everybody has the same style. So it's very minimalistic editing. It's like no music, no fancy effects or anything. It's like just Minecraft. But that doesn't like take away from the entertainment. If anything, it adds to it. Because again, it's like rejuvenating. It's not the fast-paced, attention-grabbing slop that's everywhere else on the internet. This is essentially just like people playing Minecraft and like being genuine. And like seriously, if I'm watching Hermitcraft, I could be sitting there for an hour and it'll feel like 5 minutes. And the second one is The Great Potato War by Technoblade. You have to watch this one. It's just 3 videos, and those are 3 of my favorite videos on the whole platform. I have rewatched it at least 10 times, minimum 10 times. The premise is essentially Technoblade is beating up a child because he wants to have the most potatoes farmed in Skyblock. I am being dead serious when I'm saying that I would rather watch this than most, if not all, of the shows on this list. The only reason why it's an honorable mention is because it is a YouTube series and not, you know, like an actual show. But that doesn't even matter. It's still so good, dude. Arcane. So the reason why I started watching Arcane is because over spring break, I listened to The Forever Story, an album by Jid. And Jid has a verse on Enemy, which is the theme song to Arcane. And so listening to Jid reminded me of Arcane, made me want to pick it up again. And within the span of like 5 days, I was done with the entire show. That was how good it was. It is very hard to summarize what Arcane is about. Like the main story is about like these 2 sisters, and then there's like the city that they live in, which there's like the underworld and topside, which is essentially kind of like the hood and gated neighborhoods. And the story follows kind of like the conflicts between like different like parties. It's very hard to concisely explain what it's about, but every single detail about this show is so good. First of all, look at the animation. Jesus Christ, dude, it is so good. This show is running at 24 wallpapers per second. And apart from just like the scenery, like the facial expressions are also just so good. And then there's the characters, and the characters are so like fleshed out, they're so nuanced, and they feel real. They feel like they have so much thought put behind them.
No?
The arcane is dangerous.
He said the thing. Seriously, my only complaint is that it's only 2 seasons long. I would have loved to have seen like 4. The story is so great, and it projects so much emotion. Like all the emotion expressed is so incredibly potent. It's like if I could just like reach my tongue out and like taste the emotion. It's so good. Anything I say can't do it justice. Please go watch that. And obviously, the best works of art, miles better than anything on this list, are without a doubt my videos. Thank you so much for watching, ladies and gentlemen. Goodbye.